The first African-born man to win the heavyweight championship, Francis Ngannou, is often considered to be the greatest heavyweight on planet Earth. And now, the Predator has made headlines over his decision to get half his earnings for his title defending fight in crypto. Keep watching the video to learn more about Ngannou's decision. Let's begin. So, is it true that UFC champion Francis Ngannou will receive half of his earnings in Bitcoin? The Ultimate Fighting Championship's heavyweight world champion Francis Ngannou recently decided to receive half of his earnings for a fight in the form of the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. The fight in question was the UFC 270 fight between Ngannou and interim champion Ciryl Gane, broadcast live on January 22nd on a pay-per-view basis. The heavyweight title fight was expected to be the last one on Ngannou's contract before it was renewed. The French-Cameroonian mixed martial artist made the announcement of his decision via Twitter and went on to say that he was partnering with Cash App, the peer-to-peer mobile payments platform, to manage the payments. Ngannou's decision to partner with Cash App and favor cryptocurrency is just one of many as ties between sports and digital currency continue. In his partnership with Cash App, the Predator has also decided to give fans Bitcoin worth a whopping $300,000. The deal came at a time when Ngannou was enthusiastically preparing for his contract's final fight, an ideal moment for such an endeavor. What made the heavyweight world champion come to this decision? Francis Ngannou, the UFC's defending heavyweight champion, recently took to Twitter to announce his decision to receive half his payment for the UFC 270 in Bitcoin. He explained his reasoning for doing so in a short video. In the video, Ngannou said, "After doing a lot of research on Bitcoin, I really believe that it is the future of money." The UFC champion went on to say that compared to paper money, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin were much more valuable and secure. In the mixed martial artist's words, Bitcoin is valuable, secure, and no one can mess with it. Ngannou also expressed a desire to make Bitcoin more accessible for his fan base, partnering with Cash App for a $300,000 Bitcoin giveaway. According to a recent earnings letter, the mobile payment platform reached 70 million annual transacting active users in September, posting $1.8 billion in Bitcoin revenue for its third quarter. The peer-to-peer payment service arranged the giveaway with the French-Cameroonian to both engage MMA fans and market the event. So, is this Francis's first time doing such a thing? With Francis's belief of cryptocurrency having the ability to empower people all over the world, this is hardly the fighter's first time doing such a thing. Ngannou's announcement of receiving half of his UFC 270 person Bitcoin follows his NFT collection launch of last year. The first of its kind art collection was made with digital artist Boss Logic and designed to capture both Ngannou's deep African roots and his current position in the MMA world. The collection established Francis as the first MMA fighter to introduce this type of release and was wildly successful, generating $581,038.88 on Maker's Place Co. The NFT collection made even more money than Ngannou's guaranteed purse for the Stipe Miocic fight, where he earned his heavyweight championship title. Other than this, Ngannou also entered a partnership with leading crypto casino and sportsbook Stake.com. The UFC champion joined forces with Stake as an ambassador last year, receiving part of his sponsorship in cryptocurrency and becoming the second UFC champion to partner with the betting platform. Now let's look into cryptocurrency and other UFC stars. Legendary heavyweight champion Ngannou is not the only UFC fighter to partner with popular cryptocurrency platforms like Cash App and Stake. UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya was the first UFC champion to partner with Stake, and the decorated female MMA star Cris Cyborg was possibly the first UFC champion to indulge in NFT trading. Other than these, former UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov was one of the few UFC fighters to get on the NFT bandwagon last year, releasing his own NFT collection in March 2021. Even the UFC itself partnered with cryptocurrency exchange platform Crypto.com in July of last year. The exact terms of this agreement were not disclosed to the public, but it is said to be worth $175 million over a period of 10 years. The multi-year fight kit deal allowed Crypto.com to place its brand on both apparel items worn by mixed martial arts athletes during competitions and the clothing worn by the training staff. The agreement also included Crypto.com integration into UFC content like live broadcasts, pay-per-views, and UFC-owned social media channels, and stipulated that Crypto.com will own the rights to UFC's cryptocurrency platform partner sponsorship category. The original agreement was then expanded to include a licensing agreement for an exclusive line of UFC NFTs and a revenue share component, allowing athletes to receive 50% of the income generated from NFT sales. That is all on UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou's most recent cryptocurrency endeavors, but don't go anywhere, as we are now about to discuss the latest UFC news you don't want to miss out on. UFC threatened to sue heavyweight champion Ngannou for alleged talks with Jake Paul's business partner. Just hours before the UFC heavyweight world champion headed to the Honda Center to defend his title, title, Ngannou faced another distraction in the form of a threat to sue from the promotion. The French Cameroonian revealed this incident recently, talking about how the promotion emailed his agent, Markel Martin, and threatened to sue for engaging in talks about a potential boxing match with Jake Paul's business partner, Nakisa Badarian. Francis learned about the email from his agent Martin and spoke about it on the MMA Hour. The UFC champion admitted to not having any idea who Nakisa was and wondering if he was a promoter or something. Ngannou went on to say that the email came just as he was preparing to head to the arena for UFC 270, and although Martin, Badarian, and UFC all declined to comment, the timing and contents of the email were confirmed by a person with knowledge of the situation. Ngannou ended the interview by reaffirming that he had no knowledge of Badarian and could not recognize the man if he was in front of him. The fighter also felt that he talked to people about boxing all the time, and just that shouldn't be sufficient basis for a lawsuit threat. Nakisa Badarian's a former UFC CFO and the co-founder of Paul's most valuable promotions company. He recently criticized UFC's fighter pay, in response to which President Dana White challenged him to start his own promotion with Paul. President Dana White predicts Conor McGregor's potential return at UFC 276. Former two-weight world champion Conor McGregor suffered a broken leg in July of last year and has been absent from mixed martial arts fighting ever since. The fighter sustained the injury during his bout against former interim UFC lightweight champion Dustin Poirier at UFC 264. The fight was stopped between the first and second round when McGregor stepped back awkwardly from a kick and injured himself. Conor was deemed unfit to continue, but his return might not be so far away anymore. Once he gets cleared by doctors, the former two-weight world champion will be right back in the ring. UFC President Dana White even believes McGregor might be able to return in time for the International Fight Week bout at UFC 276 this summer. The massive pay-per-view event will feature a return to UFC traditions with a whole week of fan-centric events culminating in a big marquee fight. With McGregor's broken leg currently on the mend, there's a good chance he'll return in time for the big event taking place in Las Vegas on July 2nd, almost a whole year after his injury. And even if that doesn't happen, the Irish mixed martial artist will definitely be seen back in the cage by the end of the year. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson announced partnership with UFC. American actor, businessman, and former professional wrestler Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently announced a historic partnership with the UFC. Dwayne worked with the sports apparel brand Under Armour for years to create his own line of apparel called Project Rock, and now the international star has announced on social media that his Project Rock will be the official footwear brand for the UFC. The deal between the Rock's brand and the fight promotion was announced on Friday and has been in effect since the pay-per-view UFC 270 event. UFC's sponsor deal with Reebok expired in 2021, after which they had a deal with Venom as the official athletic sponsor. But while the Reebok clothing deal expired in 2021, the shoe partnership was still valid until a few weeks ago. Luckily, that gap was quickly filled by Dwayne's brand. This partnership is also not Johnson's first time working with the UFC after leaving. Dwayne appeared at the UFC 244 weigh-in, holding the BMF belt for the stare-down between Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal, and entered the ring after the fight to put the belt on Masvidal's waist. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you think about Ngannou getting half of his UFC 270 purse in Bitcoin? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And we'll see you in the next one.